saw an interesting video online of Bimo from the show The Adventurer, and I decided to recreate it in 3D. Hello, my name is Faith Melody, a 3D artist at Cheezi Studios. In this video, I'm going to show you how I went about modeling the character and how you can model the character too. I'll be making use of Cinema 4D 2024, but if you're using 2025 Cinema 4D, you can follow up just fine. Without talking too much, let's get to today's class. Whenever you are modeling a geometry, break it down into simple shape. This model now, we can break it down into a cuboid and a cylinder. So the cylinder is for the legs and the arms, the cuboid is for the main body. So in Cinema 4D, we're going to add in a cube. I'm going to bring it up. Now when I'm modeling, I'm going to eyeball it because there's no fixed geometry for this. I'm going to add in a cylinder for the leg, scale it down, move it into position. So I'm going to duplicate the cylinder, then I'm going to rotate it by 90 degrees, then bring it to place. Alright, so this is a good start. So now I'm going to make this cube an editable mesh. To do that, I'm going to right click the cube, then select make editable. So now let's name our model here. So I'm going to click on the model, press enter, and we'll call it the head. Clicking on the head, I'll go into the face selection mode. Since we are going to make a lot of loop cuts, it will be difficult to make loop cut in the exact location on both sides. So I'm going to hold down shift, then make a loop cut at the center of the geometry. Go into the loop selection mode, then select this loop. I'm going to delete it and delete this face. I'm going to add in my symmetry modifier, then drag my head under the symmetry. Now when I click on the head and work on it, whatever I do to the left hand side, it will affect the right hand side. I'm going to add in the subdivision surface modifier. A quick way to add in modifiers above a layer you are selecting is to hold down Alt and click on the modifier you're trying to add. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my head selection and I'm going to work with the wireframe outline you are seeing here. I'm going to add a loop cut here, 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 here. Let me add one here. I'm going to move it downwards by using the edge selection tool and selecting this edge. Then using the move tool, I'm going to move it downward a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to round up these places. To do that, I'm going to add a loop cut here and here, here, and that's all. I'm going to move into point selection mode, then move these points like so to make it curve. Alright, so I'm going to move to the face selection mode, then select all this. Press on D on the keyboard to enable the extrude tool. With the extrude tool enabled, extrude it inwards a little bit. How can we get rid of this? I'm going to go into the symmetry, then go into weld, enable welding. Then I'm going to increase it by holding down the Alt key to 2 centimeters. Back to our selection, I'm going to make another extrusion inward again, but not too deep. Make another extrusion, move to the scale selection to scale it downward a little bit, scale it on the x-axis a little bit. I'm going to move it this way to the point that it welds. Now, this particular one, I'm going to bring it back up, but the proportions are not a bit right. I feel like the face should be longer. So I'm going to select the entire row, then bring it down. The issue you are seeing here with the folding, it comes from the fact that there's no loop cut around this circle. I'm going to use KK on my keyboard. I'm going to enable the line cut tool. When I move to the edge, I'm going to select, then go to the next one, select, 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 select. Use my move tool, select, 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 then select, enter, or escape. So, if you are interested in learning Cinema 4D, I released a course on the complete beginner tutorial series for Cinema 4D, and it is completely free. This will take you through the basics you need to know to get your feel around Cinema 4D, and you can find a link to the course in the description below. I look forward to seeing you there. Let's add in the buttons. Yes, I'm going to add in a cylinder. I'm going to add in a sphere. I'm going to move this up, rotate it by 90 degrees, holding down shift. Then I'm going to scale it down, move it upward, scale it down, move it. Move it. So that we can see it clearly, I'm going to add grad shading with lines. Alright, drag the sphere under it, go into the coordinates, then zero out the transformations. So I'm going to move it over here. So I'm going to click on the polygon, then move the polygon upward. Now I'm going to move out the polygon, and this is going to serve as the triangle control button. Alright, so now for us to click on the polygon, then go into the attributes, then click on the triangle button. This will make it a triangle for us. Now, how do we make it extrude? There are many ways to do it. I hold down Alt and I add in my modifier. Doing it this way, make sure that my center of origin is where the polygon is. So now with this, I can easily move it. Now, when you are moving your geometry, move the above parent instead of the child. Because if you move the child, this is the situation we are in right now. Because I moved the child, the parent has a different center of origin than the child. So we can do the same thing with it. There's a better way to go about this, but this is easier to explain. So now I'm moving the parents, and so now I'm going to do the plus button. There are many ways to go about it. I'm going to create a cube, move it to the place, scale it down, scale it down, move it outward, scale it down, scale it down. So now I'm going to convert this into an editable mesh. Going to the edge selection KL, add a loop cut here, a loop cut plus, so that will divide them evenly. So I'll go into the face selection mode, go to pick the selection tool, click on it, press D to extrude, then extrude it out, then press D to extrude, then extrude it out. Let's just sink this plus button in a little bit. So for this part, I'm going to add in a cube. I'm going to move the cube upward, move it out, enable the move tool, move it down. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to bring it up here. I'm going to move it down here. All right. So now this time I'm going to click on this and let me start adding a fillet. I'm going to add a fillet. I'm going to lower the radius of the fillet. All these ones, let's add fillets to them so that the edges will be round like this because it helps the rendering, makes the rendering looks nice. So to do that, I'm going to add a bevel deformer. When you're adding deformers, unlike modifiers, you hold down shift instead of alt, then you add in your deformer. So to put it below, you make it a child of the geometry you're selecting. Now with this is beveled. So let's just make the bevel have more subdivisions. Now regarding the ticking, I'm going to add in a bevel deformer. I'm going to drag it under the ticking, maybe a little more, so it will be smoother. For the cylinder, I think there's a feature in the cap settings, adding fillet. As I make a star. So I'm going to add a disc, then move out the disc. I'm going to click on the disc. I'm going to set the segment to 10. Now, right click, make an editable mesh. So with the point selection tool, I'm going to select points at every 2 intervals. I'm going to use the scale tool to scale it down. Going to the move tool, bring our star into play. Now we have our star. I'm going to use a thickening for this, make it thick a little bit, lower the thickness. I'm going to bevel it, add bevel. With this now, let's make our something neat. I'm going to hold this 0, the box selection, to select all this. I'm going to use the holding down control, deselect this too. And I'm going to hold down Alt G to group everything that concerns the head. And the eyeballs is exactly, it's going to be a cylinder. I don't know about scale. Move her out, to the side. Scale it down. Yes. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm eyeballing it, so I'm using my inner feelings. So you to use your own inner feelings. So now let's add an arc for the smile. We're going to add an arc. This is spline. This is spline. So I'm going to rotate the spline. Then I'm going to bring it up. Right click the smile. Make editable. Make it editable. I'm going to hold down L. This enables this. This allows me to be able to move the center of origin to where I would like it to be. So I'll move it there, then use L to disable that feature. Remember to disable the feature. If you don't disable it, it can affect other things. What is the capsule? What is the capsule? I'm going to move the capsule to the area of the mouth. I'm going to add in a spline warp. Drag under the capsule, click on the spline warp, click on this spline. This should follow our mouth, but it's not following the right orientation. I'm going to change the orientation until it matches. The y-axis work. Now I'm going to go to the capsule and lower the radius. Anytime you see that there's a breaking in geometry, you need more geometry. So I'm going to add more height segments to make it smooth. I'm going to reduce the height so that the mouth will be smooth too. So the smile will be smooth. So now with this, I can move the arc. It's the arc I'll make. So anywhere I move the arc, the mouth will move. With it, let me adjust the arc. Alright, this works nicely. So let's work with the feet. Yeah, I'm going to scale down the feet, bring it up a little bit, then rename it as feet. Then press C on the keyboard to make it editable. I'm going to use the face selection. I'm going to select the face selection. Then loop select this area. Then extrude it downward. So I'm going to move it downwards. Rotate it slightly. Move it up a little bit. Move it out a little bit. Then duplicate again. Rotate it slightly. Then move it out. Then scale it down. Move it out. Rotate it on this axis. So there are a lot of finicking to do. Alright, so I've gotten the length I want. I'm going to add KL here. Loop select this. I'm going to add a loop cut here and a loop cut. This, and this, with this. I'm going to move it backwards a little. I'm going to move this back. This rectangle selection to select this. I'm going to pull point. I'm going to move it to this side. So I'm going to point pull. So a lot of time when I'm modeling, you have to do a lot of point pulling. Very flat. Now, so that the feet have support, I'm going to move here downward. Pulling is a good practice that helps you understand your 3D environment very well. So I think this looks really good. I don't think I need most of the geometry that here, so I'm going to dissolve them. Let me UL. Stop at poles. Select this, then dissolve. Alright, I don't need you. Yeah, so I only have the geometries I need. This allows me to subdivide easily without having too many geometries. So right now it's a bit too pointy, so I'm going to work on that. Face selection. I'm going to scale it on this axis. Yeah, it's too long. I'm going to select this. No, I'm going to use soft selection, enable soft selection. I'm going to lower the radius so that I can move this. So you can still do a lot of points pulling, but as far as this project goes, this is the amount of points pulling I want to pull. With this now, what we can just do is duplicate it. I want to duplicate this and move to the side. So now we have our leg. So now let's work on the hand. So I'm going to use a cube instead, as that will be easier and more malleable for me. Alright. Now let's just get our length right off the bat. See on our keyboard, go to the edit mode, disable soft selection, then let's go. I'm going to scale this in. I'm going to move this to this side. Add this then plus. So going to this face selection to select these faces. Press I on your keyboard. I'm going to make sure that preserve groups is deselected. Since insert is selected, inserts can also be found here. Then scale it down. Then move it out. I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to move it up, and scale it. So now we have our fingers. And the reason about it being like this is that I can now add a loop cut. Move this a little bit. Put this down a little bit, down a little bit, down a little bit, move it up a little bit. So now we have our I'm going to scale this down and scale it the other way. Then I'm going to move it up. I'm going to round it a bit. Why I'm rounding it now is so that when I add in my subdivision, it goes the way I want it to go. I'm going to add another loop cut here. Yeah. I'm going to from here add a subdivision to modifier. So it shows here that we have a cut here. Alright, but now the arm is not too skinny. Okay, so I'm going to scale it up a little bit. It's too skinny. I want to be at the same line as the leg. Yeah. Now it's okay. Let me see. Should I confirm this subdivision? Let me see. Do I like it like this? Let me make it a subdivision of 1. A little bit too dense. I'm going to right click it, then connect, update, and delete. So from here, I'm going to hold down Control my keyboard and drag this down. This is duplicated. So now this, I'm going to go into the character mirror tool, and I'm going to mirror it. Alright. So I'm going to delete the original right. So we are working with this and this. So this, I'm going to group them. Arm, torso. Yeah, I put under the same symmetry. So scale down. Put them with them. I'm going to reduce the segment like mad. I'm going to reduce the piping segment a lot. Then move it to the side. Then I'm going to scale it up a little bit, move it down a little bit, scale it down a little bit. Alright, so with this, I think making it a bit bigger should do the trick. Now from here, we need to add the details at the back. That makes it 2.5 because we are working with symmetry. Now I'm going to work with the battery compartment first. So now regarding the battery compartment, I start from here actually. Then it ends just below the hand. So I'm going to click on this, extrude using the D key, extrude it inward just a little bit first, then extrude it again. Not too deep, I think this is deep enough. So now let's add a loop cut here so that subdivision surface will make it sharper. Let's add that loop cut inside. So now it will be sharper. Let me create one here. Let's say back casing, so it will be easy to identify. Anchor point, and I'm going to move the anchor point down here. The reason for that is so that when I move to R, when I rotate it, it rotates from this point. I'm going to open it up. I had the helix. Let's shape our helix first. It has a small end radius and it has more start angle. Then I think this is our spring. Then let's add in a sweep. Let's add in a circle, helix, circle. Then let's reduce our circle radius down. So let's scale down our sweep Now the center of origin of our sweep is weird. I'm going to lower the resolution of the helix. So that will be in the helix number. I'm going to lower it a little bit because we don't need that much geometry. Same thing with the circle. I'm going to lower the number. I'm going to right click it, current, connect objects, and delete. The benefit of this now, it allows me to go to tools, axis, then center axis to object. This brings my axis to the center point, so I can easily manipulate it. Print does not fit in depth wise, so I'm going to add in more depth in the geometry. Let's go into our head from then move this back a little bit. Yes, 5. There are 5 strobes here, so let's go into the face selection mode. And let's add some special loop cuts. Okay, so I'm going to add that one. I'm going to move this a bit closer to this a bit closer to this. Note, I am eyeballing it. I'm going to select all the 3, press D on my keyboard to enable the extrude modifier, extrude it a little bit for the subdivision. Because if I just extrude it down here and I enable subdivision, it will look like this. So for the subdivision, you extrude a little bit, then you extrude it down. So I think that should be enough. So if I enable it, now with this, I can now add the loop cuts that I want. So one here, then in. Alright, so let me check the front. Is it affected? No. This is still too big. This is still too big. Disable this subdivision. Select this. Select this. I'm going to move it forward a little bit. Alright. I would like to see the model you were able to create. Share it with me via my email, faith@cheezistudios.com. I look forward to seeing what you have created. I'll see you on the next one.